Society tends to reward the risk takers and go getters. But today I want to talk to those that are risk averse, the very calculated people before making a move. I want to tell you that Moses was just like you. In fact, when God called him in the wilderness via a burning bush that wasn't being consumed by flames, God told him that he wanted him to return back to Egypt where he was originally from in order to speak to Pharaoh and to his people, the Israelites, about being set free to go to the wilderness and worship God. But Moses had a million questions and he asked them to God. One of them being, "Well, Lord, I have a stutter. I can't possibly be the person you want to send." But God said, "I will put your brother Aaron on your behalf to speak for you. Go back to Egypt and speak to Pharaoh the things that I have told you." But Moses continued to ask pressing questions. What kind of signs should I demonstrate that you're real? And who should I say God has sent me? Because the Egyptian people believed in a million different gods. And so which God are we talking about, right? And so there was a lot of questions, and God gave him a contingency plan after contingency plan after contingency plan, to the point where he got a bit irritated with Moses. But in the end, Moses accepted the call after crossing all of his T's and dotting all of his I's. He made the return back to Egypt and reconnected with his brother. And he was able to present this information to Pharaoh and did so very boldly. And ultimately, we see that after 10 plagues and many distinct conversations, that the Israelite people were indeed freed. And it was a miraculous event. So here's my encouragement to you, risk-averse person. No worries about your overcalculating, overthinking. Have to make sure that every single step is planned out perfectly, because God can use you in this way. If you ensure yourself to align with God's will and you are certain that God has told you what it is you ought to achieve, then go for it, knowing that God has ordered every single one of your steps.